So what did you notice about the volume of a prism, a triangular prism, and the volume of a triangular pyramid? Say that again. Good. 3 triangular pyramids, the volumes, right, is equal to 1 triangular prism. Agree with that? So that goes right along with the formula. So let's look at prisms first, and then we're going to look at pyramids. So what is volume? Volume is the measure of the amount of space a 2-dimensional figure occupies. Moving into volume. We'll continue that through the beginning of the year. Number 2, volume is measured in cubic units. Why cubic? What's that mean? So instead of centimeters squared, it is centimeters cubed. Why? Why is there 3? The measure of the amount of space of 3D that it occupies. And then you finish that. There we go. Okay, so back to why is it cubed? 3-dimensional figure. Cubed is 3. What are the 3 dimensions? Your length, your width, and your height. You got it. The formula for volume of a rectangular prism is, which is right below. Again, we see big V times H. The formula for volume of a cube, you can use the same one, or you can use side cubed, right? What do we know about a cube? All sides are the same measure. You got it. So you can find the volume of any prism by first finding the area of the base. And what does that represent? What's that part of the formula? B. Good, big B. So this represents area of the base, which we've been doing with surface area. And then we're going to multiply the area of the base, right? Once we find that, by the what? Good, your height. And this height represents what? It's height of your prism, the height of your solid. It connects what? Your 2 bases. Good, prism has 2 bases. All right, we have 2 examples. We're going to find the volume of each prism. And of course, this is on your reference material. Please always start with your formula. Area of the base times the height, and then we're going to substitute in our values. The area of the base, and for rectangular prism, it doesn't matter, right? So we want this to be our base. Always label your base, right? And what connects our base? Your height. From here to here is your height. Always label that, and then you're going to, it's easier to substitute in your values. So the area of the base is what? 6 times 3 is, good. Area of the base is 18. And our height is, good. And then our final answer is, good, 90 inches cubed. Make sure you include your units. That's important. It's not perimeter. It's not area. So that's very important. Okay? Yes, sir?
I never got the top part because I never learned about perimeter.
Okay, you can wait and I'll scroll back in a minute. All right, what shape is this? It is a triangular prism. Good, so the base is what shape? Triangle, first name, base name. Triangular is our base. And then let's label our height, which is 12 inches, because your height connects your bases. Always include your formula when you're showing your work, so I know you're using the correct one. Okay, and we're going to substitute in our values. So let's start with big B, right? That's a formula, right? So that's really what? What shape? The triangle, yes. So that's base. That's height divided by 2, and times your height. Are we good with that? Okay, what is the base and height of just our triangle? Good, 4 times 6. And then what is the height?
12.
12, you got it. So 12 times 12 is, and our units are still inches. Cute. Questions about that? We're good? Thank you. All right. So let's look at a volume of a pyramid. So if you can think about the video, you can probably, is the formula going to be the same if it takes 3 times? No. Okay, so we have, let me come on the right side. Volume is the measure of the amount of space of a 3D figure occupies. Our next blank is pyramid. A pyramid is a 3D figure with a polygon base and triangular sides that meet at a point. Okay, how many bases are there for a pyramid? 1, you got it. So a pyramid is named by the shape of its base, you got it. First name, base name. Volume is measured in cubic units because it's 3 dimensions, length, width, and height. To find the volume of the pyramid, we're going to multiply 1/3, right? It's a third, yeah. By the area of the, you got it, base and the height. You got it. The height of a pyramid is the perpendicular distance. It is not slant height. We talked about that a little bit. So it's a perpendicular distance from the vertex to the base. Okay, and so let's look at that really quick. So notice from the top all the way down is the height. That is the height of your prism, right? Pyramid, sorry. Okay, and I'm just going to label slant height. Slant height is where? Slant, where would that be? It's surface area, so it's actually going to be the height of your base of the triangle. That is your slant height. This is the height of your pyramid. And slant height, remember, is represented by the letter L. Okay, so that's the difference there. Okay, and we know that V represents volume. I don't think I put that in on the first page. Okay, and big V represents what?
Area.
Good. Area of the base. Alright, let's find the volume of each pyramid. Do y'all see this right here? Do y'all have that? No, let's go ahead and add that. formula is B equals, and I write it a little bit different. I put divide by 3 at the bottom. Just these being 8th grade, there was no calculator, so it's just easier to kind of simplify that 3 out right there. All right, what is the shape of our base for big B? It's a square, right? So it's just what? Side squared. What's our side length? 4 squared is what? 16. So we're going to substitute 16 in for B. And what is the height of our pyramid? 7. Good. And we're going to divide by 3. That doesn't simplify easily out. So if you put that in your calculator, 16 times 7 divided by 3, or you can do 1/3 times 16 times 7. If you hit Control Enter, you get good 1/3. Hopefully you know that's 1/3. Okay. Or if they want to the hundredths place, it'd be 0.33. That's fine. And our units are inches cubed. Okay. So think volume, cubes would be, don't rush in your work if it's area or volumes. All right, let's look at this next shape. If you notice, what's 8 represent? 8 meters? Huh? Yes, that is the height of your pyramid. Okay, and that shape we don't have a formula for. So what they do? They gave you what? Specifically what? Big B represents what? Area of the base. So this should actually be squared because that represents area. They kind of forgot that off. Some edit there. And so our formula is, because it's a pyramid, we're going to look on our reference material. We're going to write it down correctly. And now we can totally do 1/3 times base times height. What can we substitute? Big B? You got it. 32, and our height is 8 divided by 3, or 1/3 times 32 times 8, and your calculator is make sure you hit Control Enter. 85 and 1/3. 85 and 1/3 meters cubed, or 85.3 repeating. Okay, if you put a repeating decimal as, make sure you use the bar notation or, oh, come on. Okay. Very good. Questions? Okay. All right, so we have some test cards, and you do have a worksheet for homework, for extra practice, and then we'll look at the edits at the end of class. Some test cards are on the front counter. Please use your notes, reference material, or you can just use your notes too, right? And then the scratch paper. And you're welcome to hang out with us and get started.